This is me.
Just kidding. This is me.
My name is Amanda, and welcome to my podcast where I will be talking about pop culture, music,
Film, drama, and fan videos.
Hello and welcome back to my channel, Always Popular. I'm Amanda, your host, and let's jump into this week's episode. When it comes to television shows, some of them become favorites for the next generation to talk about them and say, wow, this show is still popular and relevant to today. Many shows don't get that type of favoritism and treatment. So today we'll be going down memory lane and reminiscing on one of the most talked about and binge watching teen dramas of the 2010s, Pretty Little Liars. Put your red coat on and let's go back to Rosewood to solve a murder mystery. Pretty Little Liars amazingly premiered 13 years ago on June 8th, 2010. Since then, the show had two attempted spin-offs called Ravenswood and Pretty Little Liars The Perfectionist. Sadly, both spin-offs failed to last and only had one season. So what's so special about the original Pretty Little Liars that lasted so long? So here are the top 3 reasons why I think Pretty Little Liars is still relevant to this day. Most importantly, the show wouldn't be a success without Sarah Shepard. So for those who don't know, Pretty Little Liars was first book series turned into a TV obsession. Pretty Little Liars was already a success because it was based on a novel series written by Sarah Shepard. Sarah was awfully talented and was so successful that someone wanted to turn her book into a television show. When it comes to being an author, it's quite an accomplishment, since not every successful book gets turned into a TV show or a movie. Author Sarah also made an appearance twice in the TV show herself for 2 different seasons. The series ended up being developed by Marlene King and ended up on the ABC channel that's now known as Freeform. By the time the show premiered, it was a big hit right off the bat. The show had reached 2 million viewers for the first episode and became ABC Family's highest rated series for a debut across the network. And during that summer was the #1 show for female teens and young women based on the demographic. Also, the marketing for this show got compliments and was called one of the most popular new shows of the summer of 2010. But of course, a hot new show is nothing without a bunch of young and new faces on the scene. With this casting, they had at least a few familiar faces like Ashley Benson, who played Hannah Marin, and Lucy Hale, who played Arya, who had some minor appearances in other television shows I saw growing up, with the other main characters like Shay Mitchell as Emily Fields, Trojan Belisario as Spencer Hastings, and Sasha Pierce as the Queen Bee, Allison De Laurentiis. Alongside the main cast of the girls, you have Ian Harden as Ezra Fitz, Tyler Blackburn as Caleb Rivers, Paula Marie Combs as Ella Montgomery, Bianca Lawson as Maya St. Germain, Nia Peoples as Pam Fields, Laura Layton as Ashley Marin, Chad Lowe as Brian Montgomery, Andrea Parker as Jessica De Laurentiis, Leslie Furra as Veronica Hastings, and Janelle Parrish as Mona Vanderwall. The plot for this show is based off of Allison's mysterious disappearance one summer, and all her friends end up being threatened by a mysterious villain by the name of A through blackmail and text messages. Someone secretly knows all their secrets and lies and will do anything to ruin their lives. The main reason why this show became so successful was because of the characters. First of all, no one will watch a TV show if the characters are boring. All the characters that Sarah had made up had interesting backgrounds and made every character either very relatable with different problems of their own. From Spencer, the overachiever sports girl, to the preppy, sensitive, and closeted Emily, the closet graduate turned Ezra, who pretended to be poor, to the foster child and misunderstood Caleb, just to name a few. The characters were probably more likable than others, and some of them became annoying after the first season, like Spencer's dad in season 4. Either way, the actors who portrayed them did a great job of bringing the characters to life. Usually the main cast of people would normally get the praise. However, many of the supporting cast members had their moments as well. The delivery of the lines that certain characters had really had me convinced. And sometimes I would think, wow, this performance deserves an Emmy. Many times I almost believed it was real. Surprisingly, this TV show did win a lot of awards. However, an Emmy wasn't one of them. Personally, I didn't get into the show until season 5, and now I am rewatching the show from the beginning. I had the goosebumps for certain scenes, or real it felt. The standout performances I would mention would mainly be by Trojan or Sasha, who played Spencer, and Allison. Additionally, a few moments by Tori DeVito, who played Melissa Hastings, Cody Christian, who played Mike, and Janelle Parrish, who played Mona. So here are some of those moments.
To tell her I was alive. I was screaming. God, can't you see me? Can't you see me breathing? Look at me.
You did nothing.
You don't understand. You never understood. I've been protecting you since it started. Since before it started.
You have no right to be going through my things.
What are you worried about me finding, Mike?
None of your damn business. And I swear, you touch any of my things again, you will live to regret it.
That big of a deal. And Ezra's just trying to make it into a bigger deal than it is because he's trying to get the focus off of himself because he's freaking A. Oh my God, this is brilliant. You can't do this. Stop!
You figured it out.
In addition to the acting on the show, of course the show would be nothing without the fans like me playing detective and trying to solve the mystery on the show before it ended in season 7 in 2016. Some diehard fans even would really get into the show, and they would even make theory videos on who should have been A, why Arya should have been A, or even just any character on the show that would have made sense to them based on their theory videos that I've watched on YouTube. And I gotta say, a lot of them were very convincing, and some people have some very amazing editing skills as well. It's also quite amazing because some theory videos are still very relevant to this day, because even some of these videos are even just a year old. So with a bunch of people still making theory videos even after the show ended so long ago, I find that pretty amazing that a lot of people still make these theory videos on who should have been A. Unfortunately, around the time of season 7, even many diehard fans who watched the show since the beginning absolutely hated the final reveal of Uber A. Honestly, I can't agree with them as well, because by the time of season 7, it felt like the show was being dragged out for too long. It should have ended in season 5. The show was also known for having many plot holes that didn't add up or make sense. And as I rewatched the show from the beginning, from season 1 to season 3 as of right now, it feels more intense, had more mystery, and the character development of Allison was a lot better. Many diehard fans said around season 6 that her character became too sensitive or too soft. Despite the criticism the show got at the end, it's still one of America's most loved and binge-watched and memorable TV shows of the 2010s. Actors in the show itself did win multiple awards, such as the People's Choice Award for Favorite TV Obsession, TV Guide Awards for Favorite Guilty Pleasure, and multiple Teen Choice Awards for Choice Summer TV Star, and Janelle Parrish won for Favorite Villain. Personally, I think Sasha got snubbed on some acting awards when she was on the show. Sasha and Trojan equally should have been nominated for some Emmys. Just saying. People will continue to binge watch this show until someone takes it off of streaming platforms, and let's hope that they don't, because I'm still watching it. And just remember one last thing about Pretty Little Liars: one can keep a secret if one of them is dead. Once again, thanks for listening and watching, and you'll hear me in the next episode.